Hi everybody. I just got back the other day from my little trip, and I'm trying to get back into this film project that I've got going on here. If you're wondering what's taking this so long, it's because, well, stop motion animation takes a long time in and of itself to get anything shot. Even a 15-second animation takes a little bit of time. I mean, you can finish something that short in a day, actually within just a couple of hours, but it still takes time. This animation here is going to be pretty lengthy. I have the first scene, or the first act, however you want to look at this. I have it broken up into different acts in the script to where I can shoot this animation in segments and then piece it together at the end. But all that being said, the second act I'm working on here on the computer, and it is taking a great deal of time, and I'll show you why. I can't pull up the full screen on here because I'm working on 3 monitors, and for whatever reason, OBS does not like it when I switch screens around. I keep getting these black screens when I'm recording, and it's really hard to edit that and just have a good video. But I've got my little markers set up here on just different parts, and what I've had to go and do is I've had to go in and fix a lot of things. Right now I'm in the process of masking out the table that I animate on. My table shows in the background on a lot of the clips, and I don't know if you can see it here or not, but that right there is the very edge of my table. That might be acceptable for you as the viewer to see, but to me, I'm going to nitpick this to death because it's a big project. I've been working on this for a couple of months now. I want things to be as clean as I can get them. There are going to be some mistakes. I mean, that's inevitable, but I'm at least trying to clean things up. I've said this before in some of my videos that are pretty lengthy, that I use a blue screen for a lot of my backgrounds, because here in this shop that I work out of, that I animate things out of, I don't have very many Legos to work with. To be totally honest, as expensive as some of this stuff is, I really don't want to spend the money on it. So I'm cutting corners by using one of my other cameras to go out and take photos of local areas, like what you can see in the background there. That's a Cedar Grove over by one of the local lakes where I go to walk at. All of that aside, I do a lot of blue screen work, and because my building is not very big, it's hard for me to get far enough away from that screen to avoid having a lot of spill. A blue screen does not have as much spill as a green screen. It's not as reflective, but it still casts a blue light or a blue hue over some of the things on the table, and it's hard to deal with in post-processing. What I'm doing is I'm going in, and you can probably see it more pronounced here. This is the table. I already know that I need to pull my chroma key ahead of my pan and crop tool, because if I don't do that, I'll have a really bad black line in the footage, and it's really hard to get rid of if I don't move the chroma key ahead in the chain. This is what I do, and for you it may be something different, and I apologize. The road I live on today is extremely busy for whatever reason, but I'm just going in and placing my masks. This takes a lot of time because I have to do it frame by frame, and this is where it kind of pays off animating at 12 frames per second. If I was doing 24 frames per second on these clips, I believe I would lose my sanity. But even at 12 frames per second, it still takes a little bit of time. Right now my mask is on positive. The table is showing here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the mask to negative. And then put a 1% feather on it. And that'll remove the table. But I'm not going to go into a masking tutorial on this video. I'm just shooting this video because I thought you might be interested in knowing that this is still in progress. It's just going to take a great deal of time. I wish that I could give you an anticipated amount of time that I would have this done, but it's really hard because of my work schedule and everything else that I've got going on. And I will be going out of town again here pretty soon. I'm just kind of just scanning through this footage so you can see some of the stuff that's going on. And I'm going to stop right there. This one's going to be fun to pull out because I can still mask it out, and I'm sorry again, I can't show the full screen because of what OBS does when I switch. But right here where I have my cursor, I use smaller Lego pieces to mark where the characters are on the board, because sometimes I have to literally pick them up off the foundation to move them the way I want them and then place them back. And sometimes it's kind of hard to remember exactly where the character was. Even using onion skinning, it can be a little tedious. So if I put those markers down, then I know where I need to put him. And of course you can't see it, but on the other side of the foundation over in here, there's another marker that marks this row of studs going back this way, and there's one for her on the other side that's doing the same thing. That way, like I said, whenever I pick them up and I move them around, or if I have to change their faces, then I can get really close to putting them back where they were. So I'm looking at the timeline on this video, and right now it's approaching 7 minutes and 40 seconds, and I really haven't said much that might be of any interest other than I'm still working on this. But this second act in this brick film it's a lot of work, and I'm focusing on that actually before I start shooting the third part, because I want to get all of this done. That way I can move some things around on my computer, have that hard drive space for the other parts or the other acts. So until I get this finished, I probably won't animate any more of this brick film until this is done. So just bear with me, and I will, while I'm doing this, I'll try to put some other little animations up to keep things going on the channel. It's kind of hard right now, but I'll do my best. Those of you who have subscribed to the channel, I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I hope the channel continues to grow. And so I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to get back to work on this before I have to go to my real job. You guys take care, and I will see you later. Bye for now.